What's up, everybody? The After Show, but later, episode number 136. Actually, it's episode 137, but episode number 136. We recorded it yesterday. We my dumbass deleted all of El Cucuy's audio on accident, emptied the trash, was like, are you sure? I was like, fuck yeah, I'm sure.
He got mad at me.
Spent hours trying to get this shit back. I couldn't get it back. Used all these fucking programs.
No, he pulled a spot. He threatened to cancel the show and everything else, bro. And so here we are again.
I threw off my fucking headphones, dog, and I said I quit. It was a whole thing. You guys missed it. We
had to have a power meeting, but since he's so far away, we did it over Zoom.
Yeah, it was not what we were hoping. And I'm so pissed because it was a good episode. It was a really good episode. Even after we were done recording, we even talked. We were like, damn, that shit was good, huh? Yeah, fuck yeah, man. We were on our shit. We didn't know how it was going to go. And then what?
And you got pissed at me, deleted it, and here we are. We had a sword fight and make up, and now we're back.
Yeah, but here we are, After Show But Later, episode number 136. On paper, episode number 136. But yeah, man, you know what? We have a 69.5. That's another episode. We have an episode that we fucking recorded and lost with I'm Key. We had this episode that we fucked up. So let me see, 36, 37, 38, 39. This is actually like episode 140 in reality. 140. So on paper, episode number 136. I know you guys don't give a shit about all that shinfo. So here we go. Let's get right into this shit, dog. I know you have a lot of rapid fire. Do you want to hit some of that shit? Do you want me to go rapid fire? How are we going to do this shit?
Well, I absolutely want to hit some rapid fire, but I'm right now, dude, I'm a little heartbroken. I'm not going to lie to you, bro.
Why?
Because not very often do you do that, but we forgot about the homie.
We'll bring in the homie baseline trade. Let's get the shit started correctly, dog.
Let's roll.
On the road to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul, grab a spliff and start burning. Relax with us and take a trip to the heavens. And come and spend a day in the 757.
Here we go, episode number 136 of the After Show But Later. If you're joining us for the first time, my name is Daniel Javier Fitz, also known on this show as D, also known on the streets as DZF Baby, also known as DZF Mr. Stereo, bitch. And next to me is the homie. You might know him as fucking Godzilla. You might know him as El Cucuy. You might know him as fucking Roger. You might know him as fucking Roger. You might know him as fucking Go Home, Roger. Tia and Tamara style.
Ronnie, bro.
Ronnie, that's what it is. Ronnie. Fuck. Speaking of Ronnie, we have a dope ass pizza place.
Shout out Miguel. Fucking shout out to the team. Husky Nips.
Dog, I think we talked about it a few weeks ago. I don't know if it was on air or not, but we talked about some pizza places and shit, dog, at fucking Ronnie's. Is one of the places we have here in town. Mm-hmm. I haven't had it in fucking, I don't know how long. And I was talking to my buddy Ralph about it this weekend.
But hold on. Is it good enough to make Fatty's food review?
Fatty's food review? What's that?
It's an Instagram spot that I got. Every time I go, bro, if I eat something that's extra fucking fire, and usually I'm not posting like a lot of high fucking dollar shit on there. Once in a while, everyone got to splurge once or twice a, couple months or whatever your deal is. But usually it's local food joints, hole in the wall. And if I visit and that shit's smacking, it's hitting Fatty's food review. Instagram.
Is that the Instagram just at Fatty's food review?
Yes, it is.
All right, people.
We'll share the link, bro. We'll share the link at the bottom at the end of the show.
The link will be right here in the description. So real quick, before we get started, you guys got to hit that like button, comment on it, share it, subscribe, do all that good shit. Wherever you're listening to this shit, if you're listening on Apple, Spotify, all that good shit, give us a review. Give us the 5 stars if you're feeling generous. If you're not, and we can improve, because there's always room for improvement, give us 4 stars. I don't give a fuck. Just give us a review. Say something nice about us. Say how fucking handsome we are. Be like, I can't believe these dudes aren't fucking models and shit. Yeah. Let us know in the fucking review. So let's get back to this.
Or you know what? Or better yet, just tell them you found the next up and coming fucking underground fucking Joe Rogans.
Underground Joe Rogans. What is it? UDG.
Jose and Jorge Rogans.
Jose and Jorge. Oh, you know what? Speaking of which, Covino gave you a shout out this past week. And I think he kind of fucked up what he was trying to say, because he said El Cucuy is the whitest brown guy I know. I think he meant the fucking brownest white guy. And because I'll
take it either way, bro.
When I've heard people like that know me personally and they've listened, they've asked me, oh, like El Cucuy is a fucking vato and shit and this and this. I'm like, yeah, fucking me and the homie, but He's an Italiano, not necessarily a vato,
Yes,
but I kind of feel like you guys have. I feel like you don't fall into the Rich Davis cookie cutter, white guy shit. I feel like it's kind of like
thank the Lord, bro. Thank
you
the
got
Lord
your
for
own
putting
little
me
fucking vibe on it. You got a little more swagger. I feel like you're fucking gonna throw your toothpick out and fucking beat the fuck out of somebody, and then grab a brand new toothpick, bite on it, fucking put your chain back on and go about your business. I don't think that's the fucking cookie cutter Caucasian Rich Davis type person. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No,
I just feel
I
like
know
I'm
those
saying
cats.
they're
I got some of those
they're
cats that are
different
friends. That's kind of why I understand his goofy ass.
I have a lot of people of those that are friends and family and fucking about to be family and shit after I get married. So a lot of shit like that, Doug.
When I do my Hulk Hogan though, bro, and I eat my vitamins and I say my prayers, I just thank baby Jesus for putting me in the Taco Flats growing up and meeting the Rudy Garcias and his whole family and the Columbus War Bo Ward and his family, and just put me around the right people, man, to get some game as a youngster.
Well, you know what? You got to make something clear if you talk about Bo, because I had somebody. I was talking about. I mentioned something about our show. And somebody mentioned that they thought Bo, I don't know, fuck.
Hey, bro, Easy E from Lofton, he sees your ass. Just so you know,
this
bro.
shit on.
Easy does it, baby. Lofton.
Here we go, remote viewing.
See, hey, them same cookie cutter fucking white dudes and shit want to call Lompo fucking Lompton, like my shirt. Like I like the shirt because I like Easy E and I like the shirt, but yeah, they they think this place is a hood, and but they're the same type of person you just described earlier.
There we go. All right, but I was actually talking to somebody and mentioned something about, I don't know if I said like El Cucuy grew up with a bunch of brothers and shit and fucking Latinos and shit, and
I grew up with everybody, bro. I check it out. Let me add to that real quick. We grew up with Indians like that have been here before they lied and said Columbus got here, right? Like old school traditional Indians. We grew up with the liquor store Indians. Dude, we grew up with Chinese, Japanese, Hmong, Lao. We grew up there. There was a family, and I'm not going to put them on blast, but they were like brother fuckers, bro. They were like inbred weirdos. And they were like Oklahoma, like they all looked the same. They all had like similar names with like a couple letters changed. We grew up with those type of white people. So like we grew up with the Rich Davis white people, the rich fucking white people, the white people that all looked the same and shared the same name white people, all kind of different Indian people. So for me, I thank baby Jesus every night for putting me in an area where I could understand how that many different people live their life, what's important to them, what's not important to them, and just kind of, pick up some game, you know what I mean? Because it's not all about you.
And you know what? When I was talking to my buddy, he told me that he thought Columbo was a white dude because he just listened to the audio. And it's funny because
he grew up with the same shit.
I don't know if it's because like I got to meet with you and talk to you and him, and we got to do it, through Zoom and shit, or if it's because of the stories you've told me or what. But when they told me that they thought he was a white dude, I was like, oh, for real? I didn't even listen to it like from that perspective, his voice or anything, or I didn't even know like
right.
It's crazy. But
I mean, how's a black dude supposed to talk? I mean, even right there, it's kind of like, like now there's a certain way, like so to have his back. Trust me, Columbo done put in work. I'd have been there with him. Columbo's a down motherfucker. He's got his family's down. They're a great family. And there's
shout out to Columbo, dog. He was a fun guest. I've only got to talk to him that one time, but I thought he was a cool dude.
See, but I think with Columbo, he's so confident in himself as well and has so much self-esteem. He's not trying to live a certain stereotype neither. And that doesn't compromise his culture.
He's just fucking him. He talked about it. He talked about how he had Chris Stapleton playing at his wedding. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna do him, and then he talked about you guys fucking up people in Little League and shit.
Bro, meanwhile, when I went to a funeral for someone on his side of the family, a very important person in my life, and obviously his life, I was the only white dude in the building. It was on the straight west side. So I don't know what this dude's saying, but Columbus is, he don't need validation. He's just not scared to be himself, and that shows great confidence.
Yeah. No, and just in this dude's defense, he wasn't saying it to be fucked up or nothing. He just said.
I didn't mean
he just said, he was just like, oh shit, I thought he was a white dude. That's all he said.
He's multicultural. You know what I mean?
So yeah. But yeah, man, you know what? I gotta you know what? There's I know you said rapid fire, but I think we only hit one thing so far. Doug, what's up with the rapid fire? Let's keep going.
I want that Taylor ham, bro. I know we were talking about that on our live a little while ago.
Yeah.
But shout out Steve Covino. You know, he's always showing us love. I mean, he's the fucking man, bro. So he doesn't have to do what he does. So thank you for everything, Covino, El Covino. But he was talking about the Taylor ham again. And I know I've kind of bagged on the Taylor ham in the past because, dude, it's a piece of processed meat, right? Like, that's like saying your fucking imitation chicken sandwich is the shit. So I don't know. But I think they're onto something, bro. He mentioned the SPK. I'm not down with the K, but if I could throw on some like hot sauce or some like chili or some pico de gallo or something, I bet it could smack, dude. And I think, you know what? Forget the Garden. Forget Statue of Liberty. Forget Brooklyn. If I go back to the East Coast, it's to get me a fucking Taylor ham sandwich, egg and cheese.
I'm going to have to, you know what? I feel like the next time I'm on the East Coast, I definitely need to grab some of that shit too, because I've never had it, but I'm a fan of shit like that. I don't know if it's a cold sandwich or a hot sandwich. Either way, dog, I fucking love that shit. So I love sandwiches. I'm down for the SPK, even the K. If people don't know what it is, I learned this week that Covino and Rich and people on the East Coast call it salt, pepper, ketchup.
Yeah.
So what they'll do is they'll ask for their Taylor ham on a fucking bagel or whatever the fuck they do, and then they say SPK. That means fucking... dog, the only fucking...
Well, I want an SPC, bro. I want a salt, pepper, chili.
Fuck it. Oh, that sounds dope. Salt, pepper, chili. You know what? There's a lot of shit where you just got to put some salt, pepper, and chili on it.
I'm telling you, bro.
So that's maybe what the West Coast does, dog.
Yeah.
Dog, we have SPM over here, right? The South Park Mexican. Okay. And we do SPC whenever we're fucking eating. Not really the SPK, so...
Ooh.
I know I do SPK.
What about SPA, bro? What about SPA California style?
What, put some salt and pepper on that ass when you're going to eat it?
That too, but some avocado.
Oh, yeah.
A little egg and cheese and fucking Taylor ham and some avocado, bro. Some salt and pepper.
Dog, it's almost fucking 2 p.m. and I haven't fucking eaten, and
me neither.
Bomb as fuck right now.
Yeah, it does, bro. So if any of our listeners out there on the East Coast want to do us a solid, I'll cash app you some money, man. Go get us a couple Taylor ham, egg and cheese with some SPC on it, or no C. No, just don't leave that off. Fucking vacuum seal it, put in some dry ice, and send it to us, man. We'll shoot you some cash. We got Cash App, Venmo, all that shit.
I'm down for that shit, dog. That'd be so fucking awesome. But yeah, man, we had that Taylor ham. I know, man, Covino had quite a fucking journey going back to the East Coast.
Flightmare.
He had a lot of flightmares. He went to see Uncle Joey for his retirement.
Well, his flightmares gave me nightmares, bro.
Thank God I haven't flown in fucking a while.
I hate it. I fucking hate to fly.
Matter
of fact, bro, his fucking flightmare story changed my whole birthday vacation plan.
What? How'd you change it?
Because he's right, bro. If you think that you're the one that's going to travel and you're not going to have the fucking delayed flight or the canceled flight, and like, you know, like it only happens to a percentage. I don't know, bro. Like common sense as we get a little bit older, I would rather go to somewhere that's maybe not as tropical, but I know I'm probably not going to have very many headaches than walking into that when they're just canceling flights left and right. So instead of my traditional Hawaii trip in August for my birthday, bro, I think I'm going to take my ass to Catalina Island, drive down to Long Beach, hop on the Catalina Express, and fucking skirt across the water right to the island, bro.
Yeah, in August, one more than one way, right?
What's that?
Your birthday's in August, so I said you'll be in August more than one way. So
I will. Yeah, little birthday shot. And you know what's cool over there, bro? They got these like their snorkeling's not the same as Hawaii, but they got these motherfucking fish, bro. They're big. I mean, they're big, and they fucking look at you like you owe them lunch money and shit.
Oh, for real? When you're snorkeling?
Oh, bro, and there's a shitload. There's like when you get in, there's like 40 or 50 of them bitches, and they're just fucking staring at you like this, dude. And like they're just waiting, bro. They're just looking at you like
I don't know if I could do that shit, dog. That scares the fuck out of me because I'm like, Doug, you're in their territory. All they fucking know is water.
And right, you're lucky they ain't piranhas, bro, because if they were, you'd be toast.
Fuck, that scares me, Doug. And anything in the water like that fucking scares me because I feel like as humans, I don't care if you're Michael Phelps. As fucking humans, I feel like we're so much more vulnerable than these motherfuckers. So I feel like they could just have their way with us if they really wanted to. You said there's 40 or 50 of them, dog. They call maybe a couple more homies. Now maybe they're at more. 70.
Maybe more. You know why? And that's an understatement. You know why? Because they sell fucking fish food and you can feed them. So when they're trained to know that the motherfuckers getting in the water have food, they just wait, dude. And it's like there's a lot of them, and the water's kind of cold. So I don't know. But for me, it's still island. You can still get fresh fish and fucking, you know what I'm saying? And you can they don't even you can't even rent cars on Catalina Island, bro. You got to pay like $50 an hour, and they rent you a golf cart.
Would you say that you're an island boy?
No, I would not. No, those dudes are fucking on the leva. And if you're old school Cali, you know what the leva is, and they're leva, bro. That's all they are. And if you don't know that, you can listen to some Kid Frost and what's that one song he had that hit back in the day?
I don't know, but it was mainstream as fuck. It was like on FM radio.
Yeah, he tells you you're in the leva on that song if you listen to the second verse. But no, I don't fuck with them cats. And shout out to Vume and fucking that other cat that got away, because they say them dudes are some cult cats and they do some weirdo shit. So luckily, them other little island boys fucking broke off.
So yeah, just real quick, like Al Kakui is saying, there's a couple of dudes that broke off that were part of like the Island Boys that they broke off before the Island Boys started doing some weird shit. And Kakui over here is actually talking to one of the dudes that we might have as a guest possibly on one of the upcoming shows. So he'll give us all of the inside scoop if we want, you know?
Well, my thing is like, yeah, they broke off. I guess they're into some Satan shit, bro. And if you like, I think it's Kodiak Red or Fly Soldier, one of them cats. Like if you look on TikTok or on the YouTube, bro, he says he sold his soul. They asked him what his ring represents. They're like some weirdo shit. And to me, that's like, bro, it's weak. And I know they say like in hip hop and in movies, you can't really reach that pinnacle unless you do it. You know, you hear all them Illuminatis and the weird party stories and like, you know, we hear all that stuff. So I would rather be a mid-level actor or a mid-level artist and not give up my booty than, you know, sell my soul and engage in some weirdo shit to get to the top. And the fact that they did it, if they did so quickly after they had one little hit fucking TikTok video, that's like the roast beef, my roast beef because I'm brown. Roast beef, that'd be like that chick selling her fucking soul because she had one TikTok video that went mainstream. And I don't know, it's weak. It's weak to me, bro. It's weak to me that, I don't know, it's just the whole storyline is weak.
You know what? I kind of want to switch topics real quick, and this isn't rapid fire. It's just something I want to get in real quick. And when it comes to Doug, we mentioned at the very top of the show that we're recording this again, even though we already did because of my fuck up. Apologize for that, Al Kakui. Thank you for fucking being a G and fucking doing this shit again. But there's one of the things that Covino and Rich talked about this week was that a lot of people that were starting podcasts, they're starting to, you know, sell their shit. So right now you can get podcast equipment for fucking next to nothing because everybody and their mama.
I'm confused though, bro. It's already next to nothing. You can buy a fucking 4-track pod thing for $200 at Best Buy, 0% interest for 12 months.
You pay $4 a month or what?
Yeah, bro. I mean, you're only talking about $50 a month or whatever it is.
Yeah. But see, so check this shit out. A lot of people are selling their shit because they figured, oh, you know what? There's Joe Rogan. There's Flagrant 2. There's fucking This Past Weekend. There's fucking Tim Dillon. There's all these people that are making these fucking millions of dollars with their podcasts. I'm going to be one of these people, not knowing, you know what?
Really, are there all these people or they're just a select few? Like how many people really make millions of dollars on a podcast?
Millions? Not a lot. I'm telling you for sure. But a really good living, there's a shit ton. But the thing is, Doug, is that if you look at people like even Joe Rogan, Doug, he's blown up in the last like, let's say like 4 or 5 years, right? Let's say he's like really fucking blown up to where he's Joe fucking Rogan. Mm-hmm. Doug, he's been doing this shit for like 12 or 13 years already. So people aren't looking at the first 8 years of him doing it.
Yeah, no, shout out Thor, because Thor's been listening to him probably for like 8 years solid.
And so look at, Doug, this is shit where I look at, I mean, I'm a fucking Rogan fan, and I've been listening probably since like 2015, maybe 2014. So I look at it like there's also like Theo Von, right? Theo Von's been popping and shit as a comedian and with this podcast and shit. He's been doing his podcast since like
any relation to Lindsay?
No, but I've never even thought of that. But no, these people have been doing it for over 5-6 years where people think they're gonna jump on a podcast, make millions of dollars. And this actually goes into the reason why I'm bringing this up, not only because it was talked about on Covino and Rich, but because I was actually at my buddy Luis's parents' house. I talked about the dominoes and shit.
Which is even crazier, bro, if you think about it, because I know it's not technically a podcast, but Covino and Rich have been doing a motherfucking show
since 17 years, dog.
Yeah, dude. And that's fucking multiple hours a day, 5 days a week.
Actually, Doug, they're going on 18 years because they started in 04.
Yeah, that's why Rich Davis has the charisma to be able to lead a radio show with some dipshit that totally is killing the vibe killer, and Rich is able to pull that shit through. They are.
You know what? I can't. I have to get back. I'll get back to my point real quick. Actually, in a minute. But I want to talk about that. Shout out to fucking Rich Davis because the homie fucking Carl Reinhardt hit me up and he said that he listened to Rich when Rich had to fill in for some dude on Fox Sports and do a show with like a dude named like Bucky Johnson or some shit.
Right.
And Carl Reinhardt told me that Rich came in, the ultimate professional, carried the fucking show. And if it wasn't for Rich, that episode would have been just complete shit. So shout out to Rich for fucking making Covino and Rich look good. You know what's good? Like Covino said, what's good for Rich Davis is good for Covino and Rich, which is good for Covino, Rich, and Spot as a fucking show. So shout out to Rich for fucking putting it down over there, you know?
And shout out for Spot for getting out of his tantrum and coming back on Monday.
So that was good. We got to have Spot back on the show. But you know what I wanted to say real quick was Luis's dad asked me this weekend, he was like, El Venado hit me up and was like, hey, he was like, do you make money? He's like, do you make money doing that podcast? And I was like, no. I was like, not really. And then
millions should be fucking flowing in if you ask me.
And he was like, so why do you do it? And I'm like, Doug, we if we did this shit for money,
because right now, bro, we're getting free game. Right now, people are getting free game. I don't know if you guys understand that, but like we're just giving you the game for free, man. We should be getting millions.
We should be. And look at Doug. What I look at it like is if we would have done this shit from the beginning, like, hey, I'm gonna do a fucking podcast and we're gonna make millions. We would have stopped doing it a long ass time ago. You know what I'm saying?
Because part of me's conflicted, bro. When I was an itty bitty kitty, you know, I was just a little grasshopper and shit roaming around the turf. Mm-hmm. They told us a long time ago the game is to be told or to be sold, not told. So we're giving it to you for free. So it kind of conflicts me a little bit, but hey, we got to do it for the people.
And I mean, if you want to really think about it, just like being that we fucked up or I fucked up yesterday's episode, now we're doing it again. That just shows you how committed we are to fucking do this shit for free. So it's
on 4th of July. I'm gonna go ahead. I know we don't ever fucking say it too much, but yeah, it's the 4th. Like we had this shit pre-recorded on the 3rd, ready to go, and fucking, you know, shit happened. And you know what though? People kind of got lucky though, because I wasn't on video. It was over the audio of a car, right? I was on like my Bluetooth speakerphone, so it works out better for the listeners, I think. But but you're right, man. I don't want to undershoot our dedication.
Yeah, and you know, yeah, like you said, we got shit to do later today. I have limited time because I'm supposed to go on some shit with my family and some friends and shit. And it's just we're here, but we're not here to fucking just swing from our own nuts. We just wanted to let you guys know.
We appreciate you and everything you do, and that's why we do this. You know, we do that for the listeners. We do that for the people that request the fucking fucked up audios that we don't even feel good about putting out, but they're so down they want to hear it anyway.
Still want to hear it.
And we appreciate all of you guys.
I got to give a shout out to fucking Dirk Shots because the dude, I just saw that he commented on our last video and I haven't got back to him, but he mentioned something. So Dirk, fucking, if you're listening to this episode, which I think you will be because you sound like you've been listening to all of them, just shout out.
That's not Dickie Shots or what?
It's not. It's actually a real dude. I saw him on like Facebook and shit, and he's a real dude. So he's a real boy. He's a real boy.
He's a real boy. Well, shout out to him and everybody that tunes into us. Happy 4th of July, and I got something for you.
All right, what's up?
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Are those fireworks I'm hearing? Hey, your audio stopped like you. I can't hear you.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, it must have been. I guess you can't do both or some shit because your mouth was moving, but no words were coming out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, but let me see. There was this is probably going to be the 12th time we've talked about this now. Because we did a live earlier today. We fucking talked about this shit on the one we recorded. But I want to know real quick, give me your fucking 10-second analysis of the Beavis and Butthead movie.
I fucking liked it. I actually kind of loved it. Gotta have it's a stretch. However, I have watched it 2 different times, and it was dope both times. And I don't know how you don't like Beavis and Butthead. I know that Rich had mentioned he didn't think they pushed the envelope far enough for 2022 because it's kind of similar content to what they did back in the 90s. And I agree with them. I don't agree with Rich very often. So if you're waiting for this moment and you want to fucking record it in time, do so. But on this situation, I absolutely agreed with him. I think they could have been a little more raunchy and they could have been, they could have been a little more foul. But with that being said, it was exactly how I remembered. Funny as hell. And you know what? The only thing I'm sad about, and I think I even shed a tear, is that they didn't score.
They didn't. They didn't. And there was even a clip in the movie where they cut to, it said like, "Here lies Beavis. He never scored."
No,
like a little fucking funeral shit or whatever.
Yeah, intelligent Beavis scored, but that kind of don't count because they're mythical. You know what I mean? Those are like, I don't know. They could time. If you can fucking time port, you should be able to score. So Earth Beavis never scored, and one day, hopefully, he will in my lifetime.
Dog, you know what kind of fucking makes me a little sad about time travel? Is that, they talked about...
Real quick, I got to interrupt real quick.
All right.
One thing that makes me sad is I just thought about it. The Raiders will finally probably win the Super Bowl when Beavis scores. Continue.
One thing that I heard, I don't know, maybe I heard some fucking like smart dude. It had to be, obviously. It wasn't some dipshit. But they were talking about time travel, and if
you don't have Siri on your phone, you have a dude.
Yeah. So, what they mentioned was, if time travel ever does, because time travel is like a possibility, right? With fucking physics and quantum shit and all this bullshit, right? So, with that being said, one of the things that was mentioned is that if time travel if they figure out a way to do it, it's only going to be possible from this point forward, and we can travel forward and backward, but from this point. So it's not going to be like how in the movies where they're like,
why?
Something about fucking crazy shit that I'm too fucking dumb to understand. But it would be like, we think of time travel, we think of like, oh, that'd be dope. I would go back to fucking 3rd grade and fucking pet my dog that died or some shit.
Pet my monkey.
Pet my monkey, 3rd grade. Be like, oh fuck, I could pet this shit already. I'm only in 3rd grade. So that would be kind of whack. I'm like, I don't even give a fuck then, dog. If I can't travel back to the fucking 1600s,
you like to pet my monkey?
Then I don't want. If I can't, travel back and pet my monkey, I don't want to fucking travel back. So,
hey, I just had a stoner moment too.
What's up?
You know how they say that the Aztecs just disappeared, or the Mayans, or whatever, and like civilizations just disappeared? Maybe I'm all chiefed right now, but I'm calling bullshit, bro.
Maybe.
Well, I know I'm chiefed, but I'm calling bullshit. And you know what I'm calling bullshit on?
What's up?
There is 7.5 billion people on this fucking planet right now. If we all just fucking croak from some asteroid or some fucking whatever the fuck, I don't care how long in the future people come. Don't you think they'd find the carcasses and the bones? If you had 7.5 billion bodies that fucking died, there would be bones everywhere, bro.
You hear? I don't know how true this is. I don't know if the rumors have been confirmed or fucking not. Or
did you call Harvey from TMZ?
But I you know what? I think TMZ has probably reported on this shit. But what are you thinking? Do you think Cap fucking really had a shitty fucking attempt to come back into the NFL? Or do you think that Kaepernick, because they're saying, his people are saying it wasn't shitty, of course. But everybody else sounds like they're saying that he had a shitty fucking tryout. So what are you thinking? Do you think it's true? Do you think it's fucking rumors?
I don't. I'm not saying he had a great tryout, and I'm not saying, obviously, if it was that dope, they would have signed him, right? Yeah. So, I'm not going to say it was the best tryout in the whole world, but I think that, again, involving that dude and the storyline and the clickbait and the headlines, I think people were just grasping at something to talk about. He got a team to the fucking Super Bowl. I don't think he had a shitty tryout by any means. Again, if it was that dope and they thought he was the next Tom Brady, who would have signed him, so it probably wasn't great, but how come it can't be somewhere in the middle where he did all right and we'll think about it and let's talk without it having to make headlines that fucking he's still being blackballed, which he could be still being blackballed.
But you know what? I think that you said it. I think you said it because you said, why could he fucking have had like a decent one? Because it wouldn't have made headlines. That's exactly why. Because if he had a decent turnout and it was fucking, or I'm assuming he did because we talked about this shit on the one we didn't record. But a lot of people, you know, quote unquote, like when you think of, you know, people, there's people that are far left, there's people that are far right, but in reality, Doug, most people are kind of in the middle. And I kind of feel like that with his tryouts and shit, right? I'm sure it was kind of in the middle, but that doesn't make headlines. People aren't going to click on, hey, fucking Kyle. I almost called him Kyle. Fucking Kaepernick came and, you know, Colin Kaepernick had a fucking decent tryout. That's not a fucking headline. Colin Kaepernick had a shitty ass tryout. Boom, people are clicking on it. Let me read the fucking article.
Well, but then it goes back to the Seahawks. Well, the Seahawks are now talking about it, and like it just still keeps the storyline rolling, right? If he just said, "Hey, we'll see," then you're kind of like, you know, on a phone call, like, "Hey, I'll get back to you," right? If it's, "Hey, we'll see, let's talk," it kind of kills the storyline. You might be able to inquire later, but like it kind of cuts everything off. If they're saying, you know, it was shitty or fucking, you know, because like you said, in politics, most people are in the middle. But like I'm Democrat on some shit and I'm Republican on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so they probably did the same shit. He had a decent tryout, but they're already now saying he had a shitty tryout. They're generating more news. What happens if we really bring him in, even though we think he can help the team? Is it worth it, bro? Is it, you know, because I just saw a segment on ESPN and I forgot if it was for a basketball player or a football player, but they were talking about taking a guy in the draft that they knew the guy they could have grabbed instead was better. Mm-hmm. And the analogy.
Oh, I heard that. That. It was on Skip and Shannon.
Yeah, the analogy is that, yeah, this guy, we didn't grab him because he's going to be out till 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. the night before a game. And yeah, he's still going to come in and get his 30 points and 10 rebounds, but he's going to take 4 or 5 guys out with him to the bar at 3 or 4 in the morning, and they're going to fucking suck. So, you know, yeah, he's going to be able to come in and do his thing, but he's going to have a negative effect on 5 or 6 people. And that possibly is going to cost our team being a competitive advantage, where the dude that they took is going to have a positive influence on those. No, I saw mine on Gary Vee. I think Gary Vee was talking about it. And he was talking about a GM explaining to him why he took someone that wasn't the best player available. And the GM also said the guy that we took is going to keep those 5 or 6 people out of the fucking bar altogether. Mm-hmm. And he might not give me 30. He might give me 20 and 7.
But everybody else is going to contribute as well.
He's going to be better for the team as a whole. And so that's kind of where I'm at, bro.
Yeah. No, I feel you 100%. And I feel fucking stupid, dog, because we've hit on this shit 30 times. But I have a quick little, I'm going to go through a couple little rapid fire things.
Pew, pew, pew.
The new Elvis movie, have you seen it? Are you going to watch it? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Do you have no interest in it? Let me know.
Man, they said that man didn't leave his room for the last year of his life, and he was backed up with fucking constipation for 3 months, and he didn't bathe that last year of his life. And they talk about all the nasty food he ate in between all that. He's more like Smelvis to me. And I mean, no disrespect to all the people that love Elvis, because I guess he was the king of rock and roll. But yeah, I'm not probably. I'd rather go see Jurassic or Black Phone or even Top Gun.
I feel like it's crazy because I've known people that have been on crazy amounts of pills where they've been backed up like that. Where
3 months?
You get not 3 months, but really crazy constipated, dog.
So how do you unplug, bro? How do you unplug when you're like that?
I don't know. I know, dog, from one of the things that they've told me is that they've taken a gang of like laxatives and shit, but it still didn't work. And I was just like, fuck, what do you do, dog? Do you just start throwing up and shit? Or like, how do you, because it has to leave your body.
Right.
So what the fuck are you just, you know, because I remember people fucking holding their stomach telling me that they were so plugged up it fucking hurt. And I was like, to the point where they even fucking, dog, they got hemorrhoids and shit because they were pushing so hard.
You'll croak, bro. My pop had sepsis, bro. You'll get sepsis if you don't get that stuff out of there.
Didn't Bob Marley have a song called that? Sepsis.
It
was Exodus. Okay.
Yeah, close.
But yeah, when it comes to the Elvis movie, dog, I think I'm gonna check it out again. Fucking Mike Durban gave it a good review. Fucking Tommy Hinton, shout out to Tommy Hinton. I know he don't listen, but hey, what up, Tommy Hinton? He said that it was dope. So I think, dog, I'm definitely gonna check it out. Never been a huge Elvis fan, but I think it'll be a dope movie. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. You got any rapid fire we can go through?
Fucking Spot, man. What about him fucking getting upset and leaving, and they had to fucking talk it out, and now he's back? What do you think that shit was all about?
You know what though, dog? I think everybody in the argument kind of had valid points. I think Spot, because Spot's irritated because he's like, dog, he's like, I want to fucking, you guys expect me to work fucking 10, 12 hours a day when we're done with the show. And then like Rich is like, oh, I took a fucking nap, and I had nothing to do. And I'm sure that's got to be frustrating because he's over here going like, hey, I'm fucking trying to fuck, you guys want me to put out all these fucking clips and shit and do this and all that, dog, cutting up all that shit and doing all that shit is very time consuming.
Right.
So I could see where he's irritated about that. But I could also see where...
But that's his role though, too. So when you go into business with someone, I mean, that's not their specialty. It's not like they can really cut it up the same way for him. That's his part of the team. And that's kind of what he signed up for when they made him a third partner. That's what he brings to the table.
Yeah, but see, if they're saying if
it's not his personality, bro.
But see, the thing is I'm like,
no.
If
no
it
dickhead.
really is though, if it really is a partnership, then how many clips are they cutting up and putting out, right?
But do they do it like Spot? So I guess that's what I'm asking. So have you ever been partners with somebody on a business or anything like that?
Yeah, for sure.
And I know that like hard labor is one thing, like you don't want to be doing all the hard labor and your partner not, but like, don't you just divvy up the shit that you're good at? Like, isn't that success? Like having Steph Curry guard your fucking best defender doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense to me. And maybe the guarding the best defender is more wear and tear on that big man's body, and they're banging all night long, and he's just kind of running around. But that's what's going to make the team win.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel you. I just feel like I just felt like it was a little bit. And then Rich tried to stay out of it. Did you see him with his tortilla on his face and shit? Well, fucking the whole time they're having this argument, Covino and Spot are mostly going back and forth. Rich, he's just, dog. It looked like I put a clip up on the Carl page or something of Miss Doubtfire because Rich is trying so hard to fucking stay out of it. Mm-hmm. But you could see that he agrees with Covino. He just don't want to get into it,
Does Spot still work for Sirius XM?
No.
Does he do any other stuff on the side?
Yeah, he has his 90s throwback shit that he does with like Kid Kelly. And he does some other freelance shit.
Because these guys also work a second job too, and they're also recording other shit too. It's not like they're just fucking jerking off after the show stops. And they got families. He's also fucking the single dude. Like I think that when you look at it as a whole, he's a single dude. He doesn't have kids. Him and his wife don't spend a whole hell of a lot of time together. He's got the most free time.
But that's kind of like in his free time, since he don't have kids, he's supposed to spend it on the show.
I'm not saying that, but again, what I'm saying is, I think what I'm saying is, he brings a special talent to the group that the other two members can't duplicate. Like they can try and they can get by, and we watch them record and they can hit the button and maybe fuck with some knobs and do what they do. But I've been in the industry, and I can promise you right now that cutting and pasting and editing is not Covino or Rich's forte, whether they can get by or not. And I think that if they were to participate, you would lose a certain quality probably to the show. And so it just, as a partnership, that's just what his requires. It's a little more time.
The thing though that I felt was like a little unfair is that Covino was giving numbers. He told Spot, like, I'm keeping track. Like, I've done 18 behind the velvet ropes to your 2. And to me, I just feel like that's a little unfair because he could easily say, well, I've done fucking 300 clips that I've edited to your fucking 2. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like if they are, I feel like I see where everybody was pissed. I see where Covino was pissed. I see where Spot was pissed. Right?
I got a solution.
What's up?
I just think that if maybe Covino himself and maybe Rich himself post about 3 to 5 more personal videos on Instagram, a little more Son of Rage, a little more Dickie fucking Brown Pinky, and they just do some more content that way, it evens out.
I feel the same way. 100%.
Because they're the ones they're the faces of the show. So I think if they want to offset spots behind the scenes work, they could make up for it just maybe doing a couple more lives and a couple of more things on Insta. Not a whole lot, maybe like, 3 to 5 more clips of like 10 to 15, 20 minutes of just even stupid shit that they're just doing in everyday life. You know what I mean?
And not even 10 to 15 to 20 minutes. I feel like that's even a lot. I feel like people would be stoked for even 5 minutes a day, like fucking, hey, I'm going to go to Ralph's. I got to go pick up some shit. You fucking, turn on your live and be like, hey, I'm headed to Ralph's. Fucking, what's everybody up to today? Cool. All right, cool. I just got here because I live fucking 3 minutes from Ralph's. Hey,
let me show you this dope ass fucking garlic pesto noodle, fucking spicy noodle when I'm done.
Well, think about it. Think about what Gary Vee said. He said that his biggest video on Instagram is where he's talking about blueberries. So it's not even where he's talking about, you got to do this to win in the game. You got to be this on TikTok. You got to put out this much content.
Right. Doug, and about how you can make money and fucking better your future.
Right. A lot of times people are interested in the you aspect of it, right? The you that's making that you're a human.
Well, look at even the Island Boys, bro. Those words didn't make sense. Those lyrics were no good. That shit was a bunch of fucking gibberish that they were just doing freestyling. But they were at a poolside in Miami. It kind of looked tropical. They had them crazy ass hairdos where you couldn't really figure out what the fuck they were. You didn't know if they were human, aliens, or what was going on. And it captivated.
It's funny, dog, that it's so, I don't know if it's because of like the jewels and shit that they had on them in the Beavis and Butthead movie, but they kind of reminded me of the Island Boys now that you're talking about it.
They are, bro.
Do you remember the futuristic ones that they had? The futuristic Beavis and Butthead?
Yeah, the shiny ones and shit.
When they came, they had, if I'm not mistaken, they had like jewels and shit on them. And to me, it reminded me of like the Island Boys, like tattoos and shit. And they're like so skinny that they kind of look like they have like longer heads and shit.
Help us start a trend, bro. We need to fucking put a side by side. Maybe you can cut that in. Or the Island Boys fucking and Beavis and Butthead the same people.
I'm gonna do that. I think we just discovered something, Doug.
And maybe you can give Beavis and Butthead some dookie locks, and so we can see if they fucking a real comparison. Remember when they were doing the Island Boy trend? Yeah. And everyone had their TikTok fucking hairs and shit.
That would be fucking funny. I think that's definitely something we could fuck with. And but all right, Doug, what else you got? I know you had we went through a couple of your rapid fire things. Do you have anything else, or do you want me to look for some shit?
Well, I did. I had one that we didn't talk about on our live, but we did talk about on the episode that got deleted, and it was TikTok etiquette amongst your friends. And not even just your friends, because obviously social media, some people send videos of people they're not even really friends with, right? Maybe they met them somewhere or some shit. I'm fucking telling people here today that listen to our show that you need to have some type of self-awareness and be courteous of the people you send videos to, because your humor is not their humor. And if they watch too many of fucking your videos, now those videos are going to pop up in their algorithm on their page. And that's just, I got to scroll through 100 videos and now 10 have algorithms for the shit you sent me that I didn't find funny. Bro, come on, man. Come on. Like, know the person you're sending it to. If you do send it, make sure you guys share a common interest in that video, or it's just hella funny that anyone's going to laugh. Like, and then what's your number, bro? Like, what are you okay with? How many videos a day or a week are you okay with people sending you? Is there a number that's okay? Like, I know like there's all this text etiquette now. What's your TikTok etiquette? This
is what I'll tell you about the number. If somebody sends me something like during the week, you might send me like 3, right? To me, that has more merit than somebody that's sending me 30 or 40 at a time. Because if I'm like, hey, you know what? El Cucuy sent me this one today, and 2 days from now you send me another one. I'm like, this is shit. Because I know how much content you consume on like TikTok especially, right?
I watch it hour a day, bro.
If this dude is going to send me something, he really enjoys it. He really thinks it's funny.
And let me pause you for a second, real quick. I watch TikTok for everyone out there that's listening to our show, even you guys that are listening on the moon. I probably consume 45 minutes to an hour a day at TikTok. And I might send this guy 3 videos a week. Yeah. Let that sink in.
So see, what I'm saying is if you're fucking, and I know this dude watches a shit ton. So I'm like, if he's going to send me a few videos, there's going to be something that I know pertains to me. Maybe it's something about Arizona. Maybe it's something about fucking, this is why your fucking homie that you do a podcast with is fucking buff. And I'm like, oh, fuck, he's right. It's one of, it's one of those
compliment?
It's so, I know I'm going to watch those 3 that El Cucuy sends me. If you send me 40 videos, now what I'm going to have to do is...
Well, and you're almost a dick if you don't. Because I only send you 3. You're almost a dick if you blow those off.
Or if somebody sends you like 1 video, maybe a month, and you don't... I'm not going to watch that shit, right?
Right. But that's almost a dickhead. That's almost dick etiquette.
Now it's on you, right?
Right.
But if somebody's sending you 40 videos, now, because you don't want to fuck up your algorithm, you're going to go through the thumbnails and say, oh, I could see there's some text on this one. What is that about? Okay, cool. I'll probably watch this
effort.
one.
That takes effort. So again, have self-awareness. If someone's going to have to take effort to scan your videos and look at which ones might apply to their fucking thing, and you don't even really know them.
Yeah. I think there's definitely, it becomes choosy. It just, you know what though? I think the one thing that I would say is if somebody's sending you that many videos, then they don't have they shouldn't be butthurt if you don't watch them all, because who the fuck has the time to watch all the videos that you're sending, So I think if they watch something and they're like, oh, I think this dude will think it's funny, and then they keep sending them. All right, whatever. But I'm letting you know I'm not going to watch them all if you're sending 400 videos at a time,
And this is a Cucuy service announcement. If you're going to send me videos, please be about making money or something hella funny where anybody would laugh, or Bay Area music, or, just send something that if you guys listen to the show, the shit that I'm into. Just make it something that I'm into. Don't try to convert me to Judaism, and don't try to sell me your fucking lawn mowing service. And, because I even got a buddy, bro, he sends me shit in Spanish, and they're hella funny. But guess what, bro? I get a whole bunch more in Spanish now because of it. You know what I'm saying? And
well, I told you, Doug, that there's some shit that I enjoy sometimes where they're showing like some Mexicans working on a house and they're showing you a hack.
Drinking on the job.
And so, now I'm going to see that. And I'm like, I watch a couple of those, and either I got something from it because it was like informative, right?
Yeah.
Or something. But I'm like, I don't want that shit on my TikTok. That's not why I come to TikTok, So I'm going to try not to watch all of those because I don't want it to fuck up my algorithm to now where, you like to watch different shit, maybe about finance.
For you page and shit.
Yeah, maybe you want to watch something like, some booty cheeks bouncing or some fucking finance shit where it's going to help you. Hey, I never knew that shit. And I love that. All you have is fucking a bunch of Mexicans working on concrete. And you're like, what the fuck, dog? Like, if I wanted to see that shit, I could fucking go outside and do it myself, So.
Yeah. No. And the thing is, too, it also, I do like those videos, but, and you know what? And I'm going to just put it out there. It's Mito, and he doesn't send them very often. He gets it. He's got TikTok etiquette. So he'll send me maybe more than I send you. He might send me 5 to 7 a week, but because he doesn't abuse it, I watch them when he sends them. They're funny as hell. I laugh my dick off, and then I go back to my TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't send me enough where it fucking invades my algorithm.
Can we do a new hashtag, dog?
What's that?
Fucking hashtag Tetiquette, TikTok etiquette.
Yes.
Hashtag Tetiquette. You got it. If you don't have Tetiquette, where the fuck you at? That's all I'm saying.
No, it's just self-awareness. Just because you have a platform and everyone damn near has one of these things, and it allows you to use your fucking platform, that's great. But fucking dude, just because you can do it doesn't mean you should, motherfucker. Think about it before you hit that send button. Is it worth it? Let the little voice in your head, the little Cucuy, can just pop up like the little fucking bubble and shit. Is it worth it? Is this gonna make this person laugh? Am I getting on their nerves, or am I being a good dude?
Oh, let me see.
Etiquette. Wash your butt. We're gonna make these things famous one day.
For sure, 100%, dog. And you know what? I real quick, I want to talk about something where I was almost a fucking asshole. I was almost a fucking dick.
Were you the hair around it too?
And I'm glad I was. Yeah, I was the 4 hairs around it. So I'm glad I wasn't. And let me tell you why. Because I put on some random comedian the other day, and when he started talking, he had an obvious speech impediment. And turned out he was fucking, he was really hard of hearing, basically deaf, right? So when I heard him talking, I was like, oh, fuck, man. I was like, if I listen to this shit, I'm not going to be able to concentrate on his shit because I'm going to be fucking distracted, But I said, you know what? I don't want to be a dickhead. You know what? Let me give this dude a chance because this shit has like 2 million views. His name was DJ Demers or Demers. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. But it has like 2 million views on YouTube. I'm like, hey, 2 million people got something out of this. I gotta let me check him out. So I checked it out, Doug, and his shit was pretty funny. There was some shit that I mentioned this to Luis. I talked to him over the weekend, and I told him the shit was a little more sitcom-y, a little more cheesy, but it was still enjoyable, and it was funny. So if I would have just let my prejudice be like, oh, this dude's fucking has a speech impediment, I'm not going to be able to enjoy it. I'm going to move on and watch something else.
That would have been fucked up anyways.
And then also there was another special that I watched from some dude I never heard of, and the entire special was in black and white. And that was another one.
Does this relate to my watching the Elvis movie, bro?
Nah, I'm not trying to do. No, that's not what I'm doing.
Am I not watching Elvis because he Smelvis?
But no, I put on this dude that was in black and white, and I was like, I started it, and I was like, I don't know, dog. Again, he had like 670,000 views on it, and I'm like, hey, 500,000 people. I mean, there has to be something here, right? So I fucking watched it, and I was like, this shit, dog, actually was really fucking good. His shit was even, I would say, even better than that DJ Demers dude. And so I was just like, you know what?
Then the views don't count. Sometimes the less views, you got the better comic.
You do. Look, just like us. We might have fucking...
We're the second best podcast out there behind.
We might have fucking 340 some odd people subscribed to our channel, but we're the fucking second best. Doug, I think if you want to talk to me about the podcast order, I think Covino and Rich are probably number one.
Obviously.
I'll say we're a close second. And then I think Joe Rogan's right behind us. So that's just me, Doug. I would say if Joe Rogan steps his shit up a little bit, maybe he'll be as good as us one day.
Bro, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to call it out right here. And again, I don't always agree with Rich Davis. But before the Kukui listens to Joe Rogan, I'm going to put on Have Kids They Say.
And you know what? Somebody...
And before that, though, you know what? I'm coming in. You know what? Back up. Rewind. I'm going to tell you right now, here and there, I'm saying it as I look into the motherfucking camera. Number three in my book is a two-way tie between the Draymond Green show. And I've been listening to that shit, not just since they got the media fucking bullshit, but it's the Draymond Green show and the That's Wild podcast.
Damn, those are some good number threes that are tied for. I haven't checked out Draymond, so I can't vouch for him, but I could definitely vouch for That's Wild. So
shout out Tito
those are
and
the homies. So yeah, man. I'm trying to think of. Let me see. Covino had his fucking Flightmares. I know. Doug, you know what's crazy and it sucks? I think one of the things that blows about living on different coasts...
Johnny Depp blow?
Is, yeah. Actually, I watched that again the other day, Doug, and I always...
Because the Amber Heard trial, huh?
You know what? Yeah, and it's fucking funny because me and my buddy Johnny...
ADD Radio.
Doug, me and my buddy Johnny were always like... We would joke about us being fucking Johnny Depp and then fucking Ethan Suplee, Tuna, on fucking... on Blow. You remember Tuna, right?
Vaguely.
He was the big friend. So it was Johnny Depp was a skinny little dude and then the big friend Tuna. And I always felt like we would joke about how that was us and shit because it was the skinny little dude and then the big ass dude friend, you know? And
you're Tuna, bro, or what?
I was Tuna, Doug, in this scenario. So yeah, but fucking shout out to Johnny Depp, dog. I know he listens, so
yeah, fuck yeah. But no, you know what I got the one thing that kind of fired me up a lot was Rich talking down on Covino's seats at the Yankees game.
You're right.
And that shit fucking fired me up because you know what, bro? I've been to a couple of NBA Finals games. And those seats aren't cheap, dude. And even the Yankee regular season game, it's the fucking Yankees, right? That's one of the most storied franchises in America. I mean, when you start thinking about them, you're thinking Lakers, Cowboys, Yankees, right? I mean, if you feel free to throw a couple other ones in there, and I don't like any of the three, but it is what it is. Those are just iconic teams in sport in our country. And so back to me, I went to the Warrior game and I was up there, bro. I went to the finals a couple times. I was there when they were playing OKC and they were down 3-1 against Kevin Durant. And on that playoff game and all those games, bro, I'm up in the upper deck, straight out. I'm not against the wall, but I'm probably a few rows from the top wall. And anyone that knows, especially if you're a Raider fan and you've been to Raider games, half the experience is the vibe. You could go to a Raider game and not even go in to watch the fucking game. You could have a TV in the fucking parking lot and just feel that parking lot energy. And that is so much more that you would get from being at home. And, you know, we got these big ass screens now. So, I mean, the home experience, if you got the right surround sound or sound bar and you got a dope ass fucking TV, those are pretty good experiences too. But the one thing you can't replace is the energy you feel when you walk in the motherfucking building. And I thought it was kind of, I don't know if sometimes Rich just needs something to talk about, but like it was petty. It was really, really, really petty and judgy. And
Doug, you know, one of the things I've never done that I think would be fucking awesome is that if I'm watching, say I'm watching the NBA Finals and they have fucking, the Lakers are in Boston, right? And the Lakers are in Boston, they're playing, but they open up the Staples Center and they throw that bitch on the fucking big screen. Have you ever been to a show like that where you're going to the actual stadium, but the dudes are on the East Coast or something?
Yes. I went to the watch party against Cleveland in 2000. I don't know if it was 15 or 16. I'll even take it a step further, bro. When the Warriors lost, I believe it was 2013 to the Clippers in the playoffs, and we actually got to the second round, and Chris Paul and the Clippers beat us. They had a fan appreciation rally later that week at Oracle Arena, and there was only like 5,000 people there, and I was there, bro, at the appreciation rally in 2013.
How does it work, Doug, when it comes to like tickets and shit? Because I feel like in a scenario like that, if you are higher, I kind of feel like it's better to see the big screens.
Oh no, that one you had your pick. It wasn't even assigned seating. I think you just paid for the parking.
Oh, really?
And maybe like $5 or $10 to get in the door because it was a fan appreciation rally.
Yeah.
Now I think the viewing, when we went for the home viewing, you did have to buy a ticket. And there was assigned seating on the viewing, but I think it was only like $100 a ticket. Whereas if you went to the actual game, I think I paid like $600 or $700 a ticket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think that would be dope. And again, like you're saying, the vibe, right? You're there. It doesn't even matter if the dudes aren't on the fucking court. Now it's the vibe. It's something like, I know.
Bro, you can't replace fucking 19,000 Warrior fans.
You know what?
Stadium, and it's still business as usual. You're still able to buy beer and get hot dogs and all the bullshit. Like they're not missing out. All the venue is doing is taking another opportunity to make more money. Like they didn't make it at the gate per se because you don't got them fucking $50,000 courtside seats and all the bullshit. Yeah. But you still got 19 motherfucking thousand people in a building, and it's paying for the concession people and the popcorn and the hot dogs and the beer and all the bullshit. It's genius.
That is, Doug. That's actually really fucking cool. I know when for my fucking 30th birthday, my girl took me to the Staples Center, and we were pretty fucking high up. And you know what? That didn't take away from.
I'm always high up, bro.
Doug, that didn't take.
I ain't got to be at the stadium.
It didn't take away from any of the experience because it was such a fucking, Doug. We were there. It was a fucking dope ass shit. It was like Legends Night, and they had fucking old ass people like Robert Horry and shit show up, and it was fucking awesome, Doug. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you know, I went and I fucking was, on the fucking. I was on the second tier as opposed to the upper deck or some shit. Like to me, it was fucking dope. You know, like you said, the people next to you, you guys are all vibing and shit, dog. Even though you're barely getting to know these people and shit because you guys are kind of bullshitting.
Right.
It was still fucking. It was fun as fuck.
Well, think about a performer. Like, who's our best performer here in America? Is it Beyonce? Like, what demand Madonna? What shows demand the most that have the most clout? Who would you say?
The most clout for
it used to be Michael Jackson and Prince. Remember they used to do.
Yeah, like
so think about it even shows. Like that. So even think about that, bro. Let's think about the halftime show, for example. Yeah. Having all those dudes. When you were at the Super Bowl, did it matter that you were at the fucking 35th fucking row in the fucking top seat? Like, are you bitching about that? If you got into that Super Bowl and were able to watch the game and watch that performance, really, are you complaining if you had the worst seat in the building?
No, you're fucking stoked that you're there, right? You're fucking
I'm not. Rich, you know what I'm saying? Rich is complaining, oh, we could have just been, but I had to take Sarah, and there would have been another 10,000 each. So I'm driving to Texas. And, you know, he can save money in the fucking going to the Dollar Tree at 40 and fucking drive to Texas because he don't want to pay fucking crazy ass fees, boy. But he sure as fuck finds good reason to fucking make fun of you if you don't spend them at the fucking game on better seats.
Yeah, and I think that's just the thing is that when I saw the pictures and shit, I was thinking, hey, that's fucking dope. Because we don't got to see his cousins that, like you said, his mom's sons, right? Him and Tommy, and her brothers that have passed away, their kids. You know, so they got to be here, cousins that they never really get to see each other. They got to go out and have this experience. They were having a good ass time. You could see it on their faces, dog. They're like, I'm here with my fucking family. This shit's dope, you know? And then for somebody to say, oh, weak ass seats.
Well, and think about it, bro. They could have did that at the movies. So the fact that they went to a fucking Yankee game and enjoyed that moment, come on, man. I don't see how you knock it. And you know what? I'm going to say this right here, too. I was a Raiders season ticket holder from 2006 until 2018. And I won't explain all the little bumps in the middle that the Raiders did. But for the most part, those tickets, bro, were $25 a seat. They were $25 a seat. The whole season package cost $410. Okay. And that was for 2 seats. And the Raiders fucking ghetto ass would let you make layaway payments where you're making like $100 payment in March, April, May, and then like June 10th, the fucking final payment was due. So
that's fucking dope, dog. Talk about being there for
you know
your
me,
fans.
bro. You already know how I get down. I find the deals. I'm fucking, you know me, I figure it out. So why would you not have season tickets? And so the thing is like they were so cheap that if I couldn't, when the Raiders sucked ass and you couldn't even sell them, you had to give the tickets away. If I missed a game, it was only $50. Yeah. So am I really trying to fucking buy $500 seats and go once a year? Or fucking live 2.5 hours from Oakland, where if I had the day off, I can just fly down there. And yeah, I'm in section 352, row 10, seats 6 and 7. And then when they remodeled and they covered up those seats, I was in section 336. But the thing is like, again, I'm with my family. The season ticket holders usually hang out with each other because once you go to 5, 6, 7 games a year, you start to see the same faces and shit. And then you're all fucked up around those people. And then by the 3rd or 4th game, when the chick in front of you whips out her fucking gallon baggie of fucking vodka and her straw because she snuck it in and shit, like it feels like family. And I don't know, bro. Again, I think I told you on the last episode that we lost my theory with that.
Yeah. And you know what though? The thing is that I have a quick question because I've never been a season ticket holder. So I have a question. So when you're doing that, are you buying, like you said, section, 37, row B, seats A and B or whatever the fuck? Are those your seats for the season then? Like it's not like, okay, so you those are your
own those seats. And you have the opportunity to renew as well. So now that they're in Vegas, like in the Niners in Santa Clara, they got some like PSL. So when they build these new stadiums, like you got to pay like 20, 30, 50 G's for the right to own those seats for 10, 20, whatever it is. I mean, you guys can look it up. But there's a gimmick with it. But with this one, there wasn't. So ever since I was a season ticket holder from 06, you didn't have to give them 10 grand. It was just buy the seats. And so what would happen is the next year when it would renew, as long as you put your deposit down by the deadline, they were always going to be your seats. Like they weren't going to take them from you unless you didn't want them anymore.
Yeah. You know what? That sounds fucking awesome, man. And like, and it makes sense now. Like you said, you're in those seats. They're yours. So if there's people around you that are season ticket holders, you made new friends and shit,
Well, and I told you my theory on the episode that we lost was that whenever you take a cruise, and I've taken probably 15 or 20 of them, the little fucking Long Beach to Ensenada and back, and I took one of the Caribbeans, little cheap ones though. But the thing is, the reason I've taken 15 to 20 is because only 2 or 3 of those I paid for the fucking balcony room. I always get the cheapest fucking room. Number one, if I'm drinking till 3 a.m., I don't want there to be a window where the light wakes me up at fucking 6 a.m. I need to sleep in the dark. But number two, you're more likely to be around people on that 5th or that 6th deck where the cheap fucking rooms are that are like you. You're more likely to be around people in that Raiders upper deck that are like you. They're normal, hardworking, everyday people that don't fucking waste money excessively. So when they enjoy shit, they do it on a budget, right? Like they're smart. And so they're more like you. So, when you start staying in the upper deck of these fucking cruises with the balcony, good luck finding someone else that's partying till 4 a.m. with their fucking door open and the music playing. But on deck 5, that was $199 for you to get on that fucking boat for 3 days and eat for free. They're going to have the doors open, bumping music, motherfuckers walking up and down the halls.
Bumping uglies. Bumping music and uglies.
And just at the same time, at the 50-yard line, row 10, no one is whipping out a bag of vodka they hid in their titty with a straw, fucking getting drunk, bro. It's not the same vibe, dude.
Episode number 136. Are we fucking, you know what? I think we're about ready to wrap this shit up. There's going to be very limited editing on this shit so we can get it out to you guys. So you could listen to this at your barbecue, your 4th of July barbecue. You could check this shit out. So here we go. After show, but later. It's your boys D and El Kukui. We will see you in episode number 137. El Kukui, do you have baseline tray ready?
On the road to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul, grab a spliff and start burning. Relax with us and take a trip to the heavens. And come and spend a day in the 757.